Episode 2, Turn of the Golden Witch, Wonderful Utopia. Oh, we're gonna begin with Jessica going, aren't we? Oh, we're gonna begin with the that she did at the end of the last episode. I could see it through the image that was the load. The load image. Yes, I knew that was coming.
別部屋ってなんだよ。じゃあ、わざわざシャノンとジョージ兄さんは別の部屋に泊まったのかよ。はい。そんなにもおかしかったでしょうか。
Since Jessica's cheeks had been stuffed with chocolate-coated Chinsuko? Since Jessica's cheeks had been stuffed with chocolate-coated Chinsuko biscuit... One more time. Since Jessica's cheeks had been stuffed with chocolate-coated Chinsuko biscuit that Shannon had brought as a souvenir from Okinawa, it all flew out at Shannon when Jessica cried out. Aw, poor Shannon.
シャノンさ、何のために沖縄まで旅行に行ったんだよ。それもジョージ兄さんと二人っきりで。それはとても大きな水族館が沖縄にあるから、ぜひ行こうって誘われて。私、お魚とか好きですし。いや、だからさ、健全な男女がお泊まりありで旅行に行ったわけだろ。それでチューもなければギューもないのかよ。ましてや部屋は男女で別部屋ってなんだよ。チューについてはノーコメントです。
Jessica, wow.
でもギューはありましたよ。ジョージさんの胸温かかったです。そういうことじゃねえぜ。なあ、もうなんだってこんなカップルがいるんだよ。ああ、もうじれってえぜ。
You know what would be funny? You know what would be funny? If Jessica's just like them. That would be hilarious if she's just like them. With whoever she is with. If she's with anyone. Is she? She might be with Kanon. I don't know. I'm making assumptions. I'm just making baseless assumptions right now. But no, it would be hilarious if Jessica's just as awkward as these two, despite how much she's yelling at them. From Shannon's perspective, a lot of things had happened, and it seemed to have been a very happy trip. But it looked like the missed opportunity had left Jessica feeling greatly unfulfilled. For a while, Jessica chewed on her souvenir, writhing on her bed as she complained about their romance. Shannon and George had chosen to go to Okinawa because there was a huge aquarium there. That was because their first meeting had revolved around an aquarium. Since they had started at an aquarium, having their first overnight trip also be to an aquarium must have held some commemorative value.
そんな記念の節目の初のお泊まり旅行ならいろいろと進展するもんがあるはずだぜ。それが男女別部屋、カップルでシングルを2部屋。はあ、もう本当にどうかしてるぜ。
I really bet you that Jessica's just gonna be the same as them. If she already has someone, or if she will have someone. We don't know. I actually have no clue. Though, I can bet she is just gonna be as awkward as them. With whoever she is with, if she is with anyone.
それはお互い独身の男女ですし、ジョージさんが そこをしっかりするのが男女のマナーだとおっしゃって。だからそれを踏み越えるためのお泊まり旅行じゃねえのかよ。もはや9とか9とかのレベルじゃねえぜ。お嬢様がどういう意味でおっしゃってるのかわかりませんが、ジョージ様は最後まで本当に紳士でいてくださいました。それは私もそういうことがあるかなというか、でも私たちお付き合いはしてますけど、別に結婚してるわけじゃないし。
She is really innocent. God, I love Shannon.
お嬢様が期待されているようなことは、ちゃんと神様の前で誓いを立ててからするべきです。するべきです。I
shouldn't be laughing. Why am I laughing? Shannon's face was bright red. She was restlessly fidgeting, making a circle with both hands, then a chain link, continually intertwining, separating, and making harp shapes with them. Apparently, the dramatic progress Jessica had looked forward to hadn't happened. But it seemed that it had been a very important experience for Shannon in her own way. So in the end, no matter how much Jessica envied Shannon or made fun of her, it didn't change the fact that Shannon had a huge lead on her. Okay, so she doesn't have someone yet. But once she does, is she going to be just like George and Shannon? I have a huge feeling she's going to be just as awkward as them.
シャノンに先を越されたのが悔しい。彼氏作るときは一緒だぜって約束したのに抜け駆けされた。お嬢様は素敵な方ですから、私なんかよりきっと素敵な方がすぐに現れます。そういう慰めはいらねえぜ。シャノンの裏切り者、出ていけ。
Did she just get an asthma attack? Jessica threw several cushions at her, but midway, she had an asthma attack and started to cough pretty badly. Shannon hurriedly ran over to her and took a look on top of the nearby side table. An adorable basket was placed there, and inside of it was Jessica's inhaler. Shannon picked it up and handed it over to Jessica. Jessica's asthma attacks always came suddenly. Because of this, she had to carry this medicine around with her at all times. She breathed in the medicine, and after some time spent holding back her coughing, her asthma finally settled down. Shannon thought this was a good chance to leave, bowed courteously, and made to exit the room. As she did, one more small cushion came flying and hit Shannon on the head. Steady pace. She looked around and saw that Jessica was on the verge of crying, half of her face buried in her last and favorite cushion. That face was red and meek.
お嬢様？シャノンさ、正直に言って、私、髪型とか変かな。まさか お嬢様の髪はとてもお美しいと思います。じゃあ、目とか変かな？鼻とか変じゃないかな？
I'm actually, I'm feeling really bad for Jessica now.
やっぱり喋り方がダメなのかな？だから彼氏できないのかな？そんなはずはありませんよ。
Shannon's gonna be a good girl.
お嬢様はそのままで十分に素敵です。
I can guess what the characters are gonna say, but I still feel happy when they say them. Oh, I love Shannon.
そしてその魅力はこれからもっともっと増していくと思いますよ。でも私だけ彼氏できない。サクもヒナも彼氏できたのに私にだけできないよ。やっぱり私には魅力ないからかな。みんなね、文化祭に彼氏連れてくるんだって。私もその日までにはきっと彼氏いるって思って大見え切って、彼氏なんてできやしない。私だけ。
Before she realized it, Jessica was shedding huge tears. Jessica hadn't really planned on crying, and of course, she felt like supporting Shannon's progress and love as a friend. However, as she had made fun of Shannon, her true feelings had suddenly gotten mixed in, and the tears had just poured out on their own. Shannon understood Jessica's innocent and easily injured heart. Jessica's usual rough style of speech was all just an attempt to protect her own easily injured heart. As a daughter and successor to the Ushiyamiya family, and as a girl isolated on Rokunjima, the only person she could expose her true feelings to was Shannon. Shannon understood that. So, she strongly regretted feeling a little too self-satisfied.
ごめん。涙出ちゃうなんて私変だぜ。ごめん。お嬢様は素敵な方です。そんなお嬢様に素敵な男性が現れないわけがありません。
I'm just gonna say this one thing right now. The reason why I'm smiling even more when Shannon is saying this, even though, yes, she is a maid, it might be her job to, console her masters. At the same time, she's talking to Jessica as a friend, not as her maid. That's why I'm smiling like a huge idiot whenever Shannon's saying nice things to Jessica, because Shannon's really nice, and I'm gonna say this now, I like Jessica. I really like Jessica. She's a good character, and I do think she's like one of the better of the younger siblings. Even though, well, younger siblings. What am I talking about? Younger family members. Yeah, younger family members. So, other than Balor, she's my favorite kid character. With Balor being number 1, she's number 2. I really like Jessica and Shannon, so I think I'm gonna enjoy this chapter. This chapter is about Jessica and Shannon.
シャノン、もう時間だろ？早く行かないとまたゲンジさんや母さんに怒られるぜ。私は全然平気だから早く行きなよ。悪いな、泣いちゃったりなんかしてさ。バカみてえだぜ、私。
Jessica faced away, as if to show she wasn't looking for attention, and waved her hand as though to drive Shannon away. Shannon took that as a sign that she didn't want to be badgers anymore, bowed her head, and left the room. When her footsteps disappeared into the distance, this is a Jessica chapter, Jessica laid down on her bed, still hugging the cushion. Her expression was still a little meek, with tears in her eyes. But for the first time in a long time, she had a very, very quiet and honest conversation with her heart.
私も恋がしたい。
And night turned into day. Ooh, I like that image. Novelette. As Shannon watered the flower beds in the garden in high spirits, she sensed someone's presence. She turned around, thinking that if one of the family had come to visit, she must greet them. And what she saw was that witch. Oh shit.
ベアトリーチェ様。
久しぶりよの。どうだその後、そなたの思い人との仲は順調か
As Beatrice sat on the rose arch, she happily blew on her pipe. Sitting in a place like that would crush the roses. And it might have been dangerous if you fell off the arch. But after all, this was a witch. That was surely an unnecessary concern.
はい。
Wait, hold on. Are only characters considered to be furniture able to see Beatrice? Or can everyone see Beatrice in this current moment? But wait a second. Shannon's no longer furniture because she did go to the shrine and broke the mirror from earlier this game. So, Shannon's technically human, not furniture? Whatever the fuck furniture means? So anyone can see Beatrice, I guess. Huh. You know what? This is early in the video, but you know what? I'm gonna have a fucking moment. Within the first 20 minutes, I'm gonna say a theory. I'm gonna state a theory about Beatrice. So throughout the first game, Beatrice was not there. But the more the plot progressed in episode 1, and the more the mention of the witch, Beatrice, occurred, the more unnatural things occurred in episode 1. Because everything was normal. Until Beatrice kept on getting in the picture. So what I'm thinking is, the more people that believe in Beatrice, the more powerful she is. Meaning, Beatrice was a witch that was born from the belief that she exists. If no one believes her, she no longer can exist. Which kind of explains the end of episode 1 in the Tea Party, where Battle's like, I don't believe it! And Beatrice is like, alright, if you don't believe it, well, my power has faded away, and you're gonna lose your happy golden land. So, Beatrice is not supposed to exist, like Balor said, and she only exists because of the belief that she is real. That's why the supernatural becomes real in this game, because the belief got so strong that she started to exist. This kind of reminds me of a certain show. Hold up. This kind of reminds me of a certain show. Okay, I'm gonna have to, before I pull up the DVD, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put a warning on the screen as I reveal what I'm making a reference, what I'm gonna be making references to for this theory to help explain it a little bit more, which is Paranoia Agent. In the show, Satoshi Kon's Paranoia Agent, Little Slugger, as can be interpreted through the show, is kind of more or less of a fictitious being created by the first victim of the attacks. She wasn't a victim of attacks. She self-inflicted her own wounds and blamed it on a fictional being called Little Slugger, or Shonen Bat. I believe his name was Shonen Bat in the Japanese version, so I'm just gonna call him Shonen Bat for now. So basically, actually no, I like Little Slugger better. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Little Slugger. I like that name more. It has more flavor than Shonen Bat. So basically, after the first attack by Little Slugger, some people started believing in Little Slugger's story. But as soon as the next person got attacked, the belief of Little Slugger exploded, and more unnatural things started happening within the story of Paranoia Agent. Because the belief of Little Slugger kept on getting bigger and bigger, Little Slugger became more and more real than supernatural than he initially was. Kind of like how Beatrice was just more of an idea that got more and more powerful as more people believed in the story. But just like Beatrice, once one person denies the existence of Little Slugger, that's when things start falling through, and the power of the supernatural being dies down with the belief that no, you are not real! Throughout the story, each and every one of these characters has some problems in the real world, but it seems like they're all trying to run away from their problems, kind of like how the characters and Paranoia Agent, all of them have problems of their own, and each and every one of them are trying to run away from their problems. But when they get to the point of accepting reality and challenging to, face their troubles head on, that's when the belief of something supernatural fades out, when the acceptance of reality kicks in. Because when you try to deny reality, you start accepting fiction. And Beatrice is kind of more or less of the amalgamation of a denial of reality that each and every one of the characters are possessing. So, I think the way to solve Beatrice is by denying her to lessen her power. Of course, this is just a baseless theory based off of just something that just came to my head right now. And well, kind of inspired from Paranoia Agent. And I'm really hoping that you did not see this seed if, you have not seen Paranoia Agent, because, I just spoiled the entire show. I spoiled the entirety of Paranoia Agent. So, great show, by the way. Great show. I believe, it's now licensed by Funimation. I have kind of okay, I got this about 4 years ago. This DVD, I got this 4 years ago when no one licensed the show. So yes, I am holding a bootleg copy of the show. I am holding a bootleg, but that was the only way to get, because, no one had the rights to this show. No one was selling it, so I kind of bootleg off of the internet. But now you can actually get the show through Funimation, and I'm putting the link down in the description below for, I believe, either Blu-ray or Steelbook of the Paranoia Agent. Yeah, you can buy a Steelbook or Blu-ray of the show through Thumbnail. Yeah, so you don't have to find a bootleg on eBay like I did. Not sponsored.
おかげさまで順調です。
当然よ。わらわの魔法はてきめんである。そなたにはまるで二人が出会うのはあらかじめ決められた運命であったかのように感じているかもしれぬ。だがそれは間違いよ。夢運命だなどと思うでないぞ。
それは分かってます。
The witch was calling attention to something. Two things, actually. That originally, her relationship with George had been completely impossible. And that her magic power was so great, it could manipulate that fate. Shannon had become swept up in the sweet days, and had started to fall under the illusion that all fate was revolving around her. But the witch's words made her remember. her relationship with George had originally been impossible. No. Might also be impossible in the future as well.
すまぬすまぬ。医者と同じよ。病に悩めばすがるくせに、治れば感謝も忘れる。魔女が感謝された試しはないのでな。つい卑屈になってしまった。許すがいい。
感謝の気持ちを忘れたことはありません。ベアトリーチェ様のお力で幸せな思いができていること、そしてそのお力がなければ私とジョージ様が寄り添う運命がなかったこと、決して忘れたことはありません。
すまぬすまぬ。いじめに来たわけではないのにな。口が悪いのはわらわが性分。許されよ。それより聞いたぞ聞いたぞ。二人きりで旅行に行ったとな。さぞや楽しかったであろう。
はい。とても楽しかったです。
Shannon's face suddenly grew bright. The witch laughed lightly, as though that transformation was worth money.
もはやそなたの思い人は一方的に思うだけの存在ではない。互いに思い思われる恋人同士よ。愛に満たされた二人にとって世界はただそれだけで成立する。素晴らしき理想の世界かな。魔女も焼こうというもの。
Beatrice laughed pleasantly. That smile was without a trace of malice, making her look as though she blessed the lovers' secret meeting from the bottom of her heart. After that day, Beatrice had shown herself before Shannon every once in a while. Even now, Shannon still thought of her as a creepy being. However, she was also hugely indebted to this person for bestowing the magic that had given her the relationship she had with George. Indebted? I'm not 100% sure how to even pronounce that word, but I think I got it right when I read it earlier, so I'm gonna continue on. So Shannon was trying with all of her might not to be surprised or scared.
そうだった。ベアトリーチェ様、旅行のお土産にお菓子を買ってきたんです。よかったらベアトリーチェ様もいかがでしょうか。
ほう。
Taking a few pages from Klaus?
魔女に土産とな?
It seemed that even the witch who boasted of living for 1,000 years hadn't been able to predict that she would receive a souvenir from a pair of sweet lovers. When she saw that surprised expression, Shannon thought of the witch as a friend for the first time. I mean... Okay, wait. Okay, let the scene go through.
ほうほう。ラードと小麦粉で作った東洋クッキーか。
Now, I want to say this now, but Beatrice... Okay, I'm going back to theory mode. 1 second, I just want to go to theory mode, because this helps my theory of Beatrice being an amalgamation of everyone's denial of their realities. After the first game, almost everyone believed in this fictitious being, trying to run away from the realities of what's going on in their lives. And what happened during the Rokenjima massacre. All of them wanted to deny everything that happened, except for one person. Balor. Balor is trying to look into the reality for what was going on, and figure out what's going on, because it's obviously not this fictitious being. But due to everyone else's high belief of the Witch of Beatrice, she became real. But she cannot become fully real if one part of the puzzle still denies her existence. AKA, Balor, who is trying to face reality unlike the rest of his family. I made Balor sound a lot more cool, and this is just a theory, but anyways, going back to the theory, a little bit of what I'm going to point out now is Beatrice, as an amalgamation of all the characters trying to run away from the realities, I'm noticing that Beatrice has similar looks to Ava. She has similar looks to Ava. Though, of course, there is huge differences between Ava and Beatrice. But when you look at Ava's hairstyle and Beatrice's hairstyle, they're kind of similar. And Beatrice and Jessica have the same hair color. Amalgamation of each and every one of the characters. Beatrice is just every one of the characters put into one being. AKA, all the characters who are denying reality are being put into this one being, Beatrice. And another hint that all the characters are Beatrice in a sense. Klaus says ho. She also says ho. She takes a hint from Klaus's hose, for which means there's a piece of Klaus, Jessica, and Ava that I'm able to see in Beatrice right now. This theory sounds wild. This theory, I can admit, does sound pretty wild. Though, as I'm thinking more and more about it, it could make sense as I'm talking. Though, of course, I could be absolutely wrong about this theory. And if I am absolutely wrong, I know some of you down in the comments below are laughing your asses right now by what I'm saying. Anyways, let's get back to the game. Wow, I went on that I really went on that.
それを西洋風にチョコで包むとはまさに和洋折衷菓子のシルクロードよの。何がおかしい？
失礼いたしました。
This mysterious witch, who surely held a terrifying power, was chomping down on the trees one after another, making a sound like a squirrel stuffing walnuts into its mouth. After a while, Shannon couldn't conceal her laughter.
しそうになったぞ。
Okay, I need to see something. The back of her hair right now, and the back of Shannon's hair. Oh no, I can't see the back of Shannon's hair. I can't. Okay, no, that's stupid. Okay, I'm going into stupid mode with this theory. No, I need to get off this theory. Okay, I need to get my brain off of theory mode and onto playing mode. I'm sorry.
そなたには今度ネロのドルチェビータでも振る舞おうぞ。バラは永遠の愛の象徴。今のそなたにはバラのドルチェこそがふさわしかろう。
The witch was in a great mood, having enjoyed the modern treats to the full.
これ本当にありがとうございました。もう私には十分だと思いますのでお返しします。
The thing that Shannon had sadly set on the table was a gold-colored butterfly brooch.
返さずともよい。それに持ち続けていれば二人の仲はこれからも永劫に盤石であろうが。
出会いのきっかけは 確かに魔法の力で与えてもらったかもしれません。
My earphones glitched out. I don't know if wow, they're really glitching today. What is happening with them? Okay, that's weird.
でもその出会いを永遠のものにする努力は二人で協力し合って続けていくものだと思います。
愛もバラと同じか。過ぎた世日は根を腐らせる。苦労せねば育めぬ花もあろう。ならば好きにするがよい。身につけず宝石箱の中にしまうもよかろう。それはそなたに送ったわらわの行為だ。それを返されてはわらわも愉快ではない。
申し訳ございません。そういう意味で言ったわけじゃ。
気を害してなどおらぬ。そのブローチはすでにそなたのもの。わらわとの友情の証にせいぜい大事にしてくれれば少しは気も慰む。持ち続けそのご利益を得るもよし、宝石箱にしまい込むもよし、望むなら恋路に悩む別の者に譲ろうとそなたの勝手だ。
Shannon? Oh man. I know what Shannon's gonna do now. I know what Shannon's gonna do now. She's that good of a girl. She's gonna help her friend.
ただ大事にしてくれればよい。さすがに粗末にされては心が痛むでな。
According to Beatrice, she had appeared several times in the past in response to a person's summons so that she could give them an item imbued with some kind of magical power. However, most of them, after they used that power to resolve their worries, would quickly come to think of that power as creepy, and, forgetting their feelings of things, they would throw away the items they had been given with disgust. Haha! Very intriguing, and very helpful to my theory I stated about Beatrice being an amalgamation of belief.
だからわらわの行為に素直に感謝された試しは多くない。いや、初めてか。
It's your first time because you've just been born. The witch laughed heartily, but it looks like a sad laugh to Shannon's eyes. She herself had been like that in the past. No. Maybe she was still like that now. Beatrice was definitely a witch, with a strange and terrifying power. Most likely, no one would go along with her if they could help it. And even though on occasion they had relied on her strange power, it had undoubtedly resulted in fear more often than gratitude. It must have deeply hurt the witch when that repeated over and over. From the moment that she realized this, Shannon decided to stop being frightened of Beatrice. That had surely tormented her for over 1,000 years. Maybe she really liked the treats. Beatrice, who normally spoke abusively, praised the black tea that Shannon served her, and looked to be in remarkably high spirits. On such terms, the witch grew, and the servant grew animated, talking about the trip with George. Shannon didn't know much about Beatrice. First off, she was a ghost-like being who appeared in unexpected places at unexpected times. and it seemed that not everyone could perceive that she was there. It seemed that each person had something called a wavelength, and that there was a great amount of individual variation in people's ability to perceive the witch. Only Shannon and Kanon could interact with her enough to exchange words like this. There were a few people who could sense her presence, but most people couldn't even feel that much. From what Beatrice said, Klaus and his wife in particular had zero magical talent. And no matter how much she followed them around, they would never notice her. Maybe because they haven't been relying on the supernatural just yet. You see, Shannon earlier... Okay, I'm back in theory mode. Okay, I'm gonna be in theory mode this entire video. I'm sorry, everyone. But going back to Shannon. Shannon earlier in the game, she is in love with George. But, due to her status as a servant of the family, there was no chance that she would be able to be with George. So, as if to, try to, interact with someone about this, she turns to the mysterious painting that Kinzo had set up in the family dining hall. Well, in the family, in the houses, is it a... Okay, I'm just gonna call it the portrait room. I don't remember the room's name. But, she went to the portrait in the room, and she was just looking at the witch saying, so you're the witch. Oh, okay, she's not like that. Well, hold up. Let me get into the Shannon mind. Beatrice, I need help. She's basically like, I need help, but she didn't actually expect to get help from Beatrice. But it was due to her belief that maybe, just maybe, there could be a real witch out there. The witch actually appeared because of her belief of a witch coming in to swoop down and help her and save her. The reason why Klaus and his wife are not seeing her is because they're not in need of someone to help them. Or they're not turning to the supernatural or Beatrice to help them. From what Beatrice said, Klaus and his wife in particular had zero magical talent, and no matter how much she followed them around, they would never notice her. Previously, when Shannon had messed up and Nasuhi... Nasuhi's name is not Nasuhi, it's Nasuhi. I think I'm getting this correct now. Nasuhi. You deeply pronounce the na instead of the su like I had for the previous 20 episodes. No, it's pronounced Nasuhi instead of Nasuhi. I think I might be wrong. But I think it's Nasuhi. Previously, when Shannon had messed up and Nasuhi had gotten really mad at her, Beatrice had started playing around, hitting Nasuhi on the head with her pipe. Indeed, Nasuhi seems to be completely oblivious. But Shannon, watching that, had burst out laughing without thinking, and had gotten scolded even more.
なら、親方様だったらどうでしょうか。魔法の研究とかをなさっているそうですし、きっとベアトリーチェ様のお姿にも気づいてくださると思います。
金蔵も同じよ。
Okay, this kind of makes my theory fall through then. If Kinzo can't see her, for which he's definitely the one who wants to run away the most by, researching the paranormal, if he's not able to see her, in accordance to my theory, that's something that might debunk my theory. But I'm gonna let the characters talk.
彼にも気の毒なくらいに魔法の才能がない。血だな。同情に値するほど才能がない。
As soon as they started talking about Kinzo, it felt like the atmosphere around Beatrice changed. She had spoken about Klaus and the rest is lack of match of talent, as though she looked down on them. But she spoke of Kinzo in a different way. Anyone connected to the Ushiramiya family would know about Kinzo's legend of the gold. According to the legend, Kinzo had summoned the witch, Beatrice, and had been conferred gold. In short, that implied she had some kind of relationship with Kinzo. My theory's not dead yet.
だからあれは才能のひとかけらもないくせに至ったのだ。狂ったように独学を重ね、魔術師の域にまで達した。
それはとてもすごいことなんですね。
うん。
The witch, who usually looked down on people, was unexpectedly praising someone. While she lambasted Kinzo, calling him talentless, she praised his efforts.
そして親方様は魔法の力でベアトリーチ様を呼び出した。
まあ召喚に応えたのは気まぐれだ。魔法を否定して久しいこのご時世に才能のかけらもない者が必死にやっているのでな。
Okay, my theory still stands.
少しからかってやろうと思ったのがわらわの運の尽きよ。
The words, "Trust my luck," showed that this had been a disaster for her. Shannon hesitated over whether it would be alright to encourage her to continue, but Beatrice continued on her own, ignoring Shannon.
一応書式もルールも揃っていた。
World End, BP.
いくつかの作法が混在していたが、まあその熱意に免じ寛大に契約に応じてやったのだ。そしてわらわは山なす黄金を与えてやった。
そして親方様はその黄金を使って事業を成功させ今日の財をなすのですね。
うん。魔法の才能はからっきしだが、詳細と莫細はあったようだな。いや、理不尽なる賭けに全て落とす勇気と狂気ゆえにか。狂気は時に魔力に通ずる。
My comparison between Paranoia Agent and my theory for Umineko can be described in that one line. Madness sometimes brings about magic. That definitely helps the combination of Paranoia Agent and Umineko for that theory I made.
なるほど。その点から見れば、金蔵に魔法の才能が全くなかったとは言い切れんか。
Shannon felt like she was daydreaming. While everyone in the Ushiramiya family knew of the story that Kinzo had delved into sorcery, summoned the witch, and been given gold, in actuality, it was all rambling that no one believed it. And now, the witch herself was telling her that it was true. Shannon felt a little flustered at this insane secret that only she knew.
そして莫大な財産を得た金蔵は人の世で手に入れることのできるすべての夢を叶えきった。そして最後に世界の真理を求めたのだ。
Oh shit.
世界の真理？
世界を構成する一なる元素。人の世で得られるすべてを満たした金蔵は人が求める最後の欲望として それを欲したのだ。
The single element. She felt like she had heard the witch say those words before. When Beatrice saw Shannon trying to remember what that was, she smiled awkwardly, waving her hand, saying there was no need to remember. It was love. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was love.
わらわも金蔵を少し見くびっていた。まさかあれほどの力を見せるとは思わなかったのでな。おかげでこのざまだ。茶飲み友達もなく、この島にもう何十年も縫い止められている。誰に話しかけようとも声は届かず、どこへ行くこともできない。なんとも退屈な数十年だったことよ。
As she laughed in self-derision, she tapped her teacup with her finger. It made the clear sound of porcelain. Shannon didn't know whether the word self-derision was actually an accurate expression to describe the look on the witch's face. Shannon didn't understand everything, but she could more or less figure out the situation. And it was surely a topic that she should not press the witch on lightly, unless the witch started talking about it herself. To sum up everything she had said up until now, Beatrice, who had been summoned by Kinzo's magic, could not leave this island for some reason. And she had lost her power in her form, living her days in boredom. During that time, her words had reached Shannon, who never forgot to strongly respect the witch. And she had made Shannon help her to regain her power, even if only a little bit of it. As a result, she had become able to drink tea with Shannon like this.
ベアトリーチェ様が私に割るように言ったあの鏡は一体何なのですか?
I feel like this is going to be a really interesting scene that we're about to go into, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a restroom break right here and right now before I get onto it, so I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. My hair got stuck in my glasses frame, but I'm back.
ああ、その話か。この辺りの島で大昔いろいろとあったらしくてな。そのせいで良くないものがたまり、悪い歪みを引き寄せていたのだ。それを旅の東洋魔術師か何かが鎮魂の社を建立して封じ込めたらしい。それ自体はわらわとはどうでもいいことなのだが、困ったことに魔力の基礎が違っててな。わらわの魔力にも強い干渉を及ぼしておって非常に迷惑していたのだ。
I have a strong feeling that she's lying.
そうだったんですか。私はてっきりベアトリーチェ様を封じていたものだとばかり。
わらわを対象にしたものではない。だが神格のある鏡だったからな。結果としてわらわの力を封じ込めていたわけだ。料理に例えるならこうか。わらわの注文した西洋料理が厨房でまさに料理されているとする。ところがいざ配膳しようとしたら客席は日本風で懐石料理が並べられている場だった。だから厨房は場違いな皿を出せず、わらわのところへはいつまでたっても西洋料理が届かないといった感じよの。 だからそなたに日本風の客席を打ち壊し、場を一度白紙に戻させたのだ。そのおかげでようやくわらわの注文した料理が届き、力が戻ったというところか。もっとも、ようやく食前酒が届いたというところよ。メインディッシュにはまだまだ遠い。
But that main dish have to be coinciding with the time where all the family meets up.
今のわらわなど、靴屋の妖精にも劣る希薄な存在でな。
But hold up. Is there wait, are they gonna show us the date of when this is happening? No. No. It's only showing the real world time of where I am right now. Damn it. I really thought it was gonna show the current date and time of the game so that I could make a joke, but it's only showing that it's September 21st for me. Damn it. I've almost been playing this game for 30 hours? Holy shit! Holy shit, that's a long time. It's already challenging some of the games I have like 60 hours in, so... Wow. Well, okay. Umineko episode... Okay, I separate visual novels by the episodes, so I've not played an episode for 30 hours straight yet. I might, though. Depending on how long each of the episodes are. Door of Summer. Oh, that's what that song is called.
何がおかしい？
魔女様の例えがあまりに面白かったもので、まさか魔法の話がお料理の話に例えられるとは思いませんでした。
我ながらうまい表現だったつもりだが、よもや笑われるとは思わなかったぞ。少し心外だ。
A slightly sulky expression rose to the witch's face. It would not have been a strange expression at all to see appear on the face of two friends as they enjoyed their tea.
こう見えても、昔は残酷極まりないことで知られたわらわだったが、丸くなったものよ。人間とこうしてたわいない話で茶を交わせるようになるのだから。
She was probably talking to herself. As Beatrice gazed at the sea birds tracing the horizon, she put her tea to her lips again.
雲が出てきたな。海も精彩をかけば灰色の水たまりに過ぎぬ。
そうでしょうか。曇っても海は美しくて真っ青だと思います。
Maybe the witch had noticed the deep meaning behind Shannon's words. She laughed lightly and set down her empty teacup.
もはやそなたの両目に埋められているのは黒い石ころではないらしい。どうだ？家具から人間に生まれ変わった気持ちは理解できておるか？
はい。世界がこんなにも優しかったなんて知りませんでした。
Since her relationship with George had begun, Shannon's face had grown brighter more often. Her smile had made everything go smoothly, and had even changed her luck. Shannon made fewer mistakes in her own work than she had before, and the family members' opinion of her was starting to change slightly. Just the other day, Klaus, who rarely exchanged words with her, had suddenly started talking to her, surprising her.
最近いい笑顔をすることが多くなったじゃないか。何か良いことでもあったのかね？
楽しい毎日です。
良いことじゃないか。同じコーヒーなら笑顔で継がれた方がうまいに決まっている。
Why do I feel like laughing? I had the sudden urge to start laughing as I'm watching Klaus talk. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I feel like laughing looking at Klaus for some reason.
その笑顔でもう一杯頼めんかね。
That had become a chance for Shannon to gain confidence in herself. Of course, it didn't go beyond her own heart, and it wasn't so big a change that everyone could see it. But she had begun to change, bit by bit. Shannon understood it clearly. To know love was to gain a soul, and therefore to be born again from furniture to a human. There was absolutely nothing mistaking in Beatrice's words. By knowing love, Shannon had learned what it was to be human.
珍しい茶化をしそうになったな。有意義な時間であった。そろそろ仕事に戻らねばならぬ時間であろう。茶会はこれまでにしよう。そなたとわらわが茶を飲むことを好かん者もおるようでな。
Do one of them happen to have red hair? The witch gripped a teaspoon and flipped it with her fingers, sending it up in the air. Whoa. Then, it was flicked by the fingers of some invisible person in empty space, and flew straight into a bush close nearby. Was that Battler? No. Could it? No. No, the timeline reset. Burn Castile? Oh. Oh, I thought someone was flicking it in anger. No. No, I thought someone was flicking it in anger. No, she did that herself. She did that herself to get someone out of a bush. The bush moved violently, and Ken came out. It seemed that he had been there for some time, and had been watching their tea party. The spoon was gripped in his hand. Did he catch it? If he had not been able to catch it by reflex, it might have hit him hard in the forehead, and caused him to start oozing blood.
安心せよ。茶会はこれで終わるぞ、カノン。
いつからそこにいたの？声をかけてくれればカノン君の紅茶も入れたのに。
女同士の語らいを邪魔したくなかったのであろう。
Kanon kept silent, but it seemed that there was a slightly hostile look in his eyes. On the outside, he acted respectfully, but unlike Shannon, Kanon did not trust the witch. Beatrice rapped on the table with her pipe, and the tea set turned into gold butterflies, which flew upwards in unison. They scattered in every direction, and the cleanup was already done.
楽しかったぞ、シャノン。また縁があれば会おうぞ。まだまだ魔力が足りぬでな。姿を現すのも疲れる。
そんなに疲れるなら二度と現れるな。
Nice and direct. That's why I like Kanon. He's direct with what he says. Kanon had said it in a small voice, but it seemed the witch had heard it perfectly. She giggled, but did not reply.
シャノン、次の茶会ではジョージとの話をまた聞かせておくれ。人の恋路より甘い茶花は他にない。それではさらばだ。
Bye. Beatrice's body also became gold butterflies, which scattered in all directions and disappeared. It was a very fantastical and beautiful scene, like a blizzard of gold leaf. For a while, Shannon quietly watched the witch's exit. Kanon approached her from behind, and spoke with a very different expression on his face than his sister's.
姉さん、あいつと付き合っちゃダメだって言ったじゃないか。
ベアトリーチェ様はそんなに悪い人じゃない。確かにちょっと怪しいところはあるけれど、
僕たちにしか姿が見えない時点で十分にうさんくさいよ。あいつは人間じゃない。何を企んでるか分かるものか。
Now, I'm gonna say this now. Shannon accepts the witch and believes her. While, on the other hand, Kanon denies the witch, but accepts her as being real. You see, even though Kanon may seem to, hate the witch, he does not hate the fact that she exists. That's why he's able to see her. He full-on believes that she is a threat, but he does not deny her being real. He believes her to be a real threat.
カノン君、それは少し失礼だと思うな。
Shannon spoke seriously, which was unusual for her. To Kanon, who knew her well, it must have seemed extremely serious. Kanon showed almost excessive surprise at Shannon's style of speech, and remained silent.
確かにベアトリーチェ様は人間とは違う。恐ろしい力を持っているし、恐れ敬わなければならない存在だと思う。でも人間とは違うからといってそれだけを理由に忌み嫌うのはとても失礼なことだと思うの。
姉さんの言いたいことはわかるよ。姉さんはあいつにあのブローチをもらってから変わった。まるで魔女の虜だよ。ジョージ様との仲を取り持ってもらって頭が上がらないんだ。
そんなことを言わないで。
あいつは人間じゃない。
White Shadow.
何を考えてるかわからない。だから気を許しちゃダメなんだ。そして人間じゃないのは僕らも同じだよ。
Well, about that.
姉さん、
Kanon's words became more serious. Those words probably gouged at Shannon's heart. Shannon bit her lower lip and hung her head.
僕らは家具だ。たとえ名前をもらい人として接してもらったとしても僕たちの生まれが変わるわけじゃない。
You are no longer furniture. Those words Beatrice had given her, which had made her the happiest of all, floated through Shannon's mind.
家具じゃないよ。
家具だよ。僕たちは人間未満の存在だよ。姉さんはそこを忘れたふりをして人間のふりをしているだけ。自分でも分かっているはずだよ。
私家具じゃないもん。人間だもん。
いや、人間じゃない。僕らには愛する資格も愛される資格も初めからない。
It seemed that Kanon's criticisms had shifted focus from Shannon's interactions with the witch. Shannon also noticed that quickly.
お嬢様に聞いたよ。正直呆れたね。ジョージ様と一緒に旅行に行くなんて。家具の身の程を忘れてるよ。姉さんはあの魔女にそそのかされて自分が人間になれたと勘違いしてるだけなんだよ。
聞いてカノン君、確かに私たちは家具だよ。人間味を取った未満の存在。でもその満たない分をもし得られたなら、それは人間になれたということじゃないのかな。
そんなものある。
Oh shit! Sorry, Kanon. Sorry, Kanon. Alright, now time for the backlog.
そんなものありはしないよ。
There we go. Sorry, Shannon. I mean, Kanon.
それを得たなら私たちは家具なんかじゃない、人間になれるよ。
バカバカしい。なれるものか。
Kanon spat that out, but weakly, and turned away. That was probably resignation. The baptisms of days upon days of suffering being furniture had firmly sealed his heart.
なれるよ、カノン君も普通の人間に。
よしてよ、魔女の受け売りは。
ベアトリーチェ様に教えてもらったの。私たちは世界の一なる元素を得ることで人間になることができる。それを満たさないならそれは人間じゃない。だから人は一なる元素を得るために生涯を尽くし貫いていく。
姉さんが何を言っているのかわからないね。よまよい事なら聞きたくないよ。
ならカノン君にも分かるように教えてあげるね。ほら、姉さんの指の先を見て。
Shannon pointed straight at the sea, at the horizon. Kanon didn't understand what she was actually pointing at, and couldn't do anything except look between the horizon and Shannon's expression, which looked like it was posing a riddle.
海。カノン君は海が何色に見える？
It was an all too simple question. Kanon tried to guess the meaning behind that question for a while. But since he couldn't think of anything, he gave his answer straightforwardly.
パッとしないネズミ色だよ。それが何？
Objectively speaking, the sea, laid out beneath the cloudy sky, could probably be described best by Kanon's words. But as Shannon closed her eyes and smiled, she shook her head slightly.
私には真っ青に見える。
そういう意味？緑色の信号を青っていうようなものでしょ。
Did something get added to the Grimoire? Blue and oh my god. The color of owl in Japanese has a range of meanings including pale, fresh, young, naive, and the colors blue and green. In one word, the sea and sky are owl. Fresh grass is owl. And so is the green on a traffic light. Nowadays, Japanese has a native word midori for the color green, but the use of the broad word owl is still very common. And this is the color Shannon uses to refer to the sea. Kanon, not Shannon. Kanon wonders if she is using owl to mean something other than blue. Ah. Intriguing. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that blue could have also meant green. I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that owl could also be used for green, because I've only through what I have seen on, well, what I'm learning of Japanese, I've only seen Midori as green, but I've never seen it as owl.
違うの。海は真っ青。私には分かってカノン君には分からないなら、これがつまりそういうことなの。
Kanon bit his lower lip and was silent for a while.
わからないよ。僕には。
カノン君、手を出して。
Oh, holy shit! She gave it to Kanon! As Kanon stood bewildered, unable to understand what she was saying, she took his arm and opened the palm of his hand. Shannon softly said something there. It was that magic brooch, which she had received from Beatrice. The magic charm, shaped like a gold butterfly, which could fulfill love.
これはあいつの。
これは私の。だから私だと思って粗末にしないで。
After being told that, he couldn't just throw it away. Kanon didn't know what he should do, and he stood there confused for a while, the brooch still on the palm of his hand. Shannon put the palm of her hand on top of Shannon. Oh my god. Shannon put the palm of her hand on top of Kanon's, and the brooch was warmed by both of their hands.
これは本当の魔法の力を持ったお守り。きっとカノン君に大切な気持ちを教えてくれると思うの。
あいつの魔法で教えられることなんて何もない。
At the moment.
あるの。だから身につけて。恥ずかしければ懐に忍ばせておくだけでもいいそうなの。
バカバカしい。あいつの魔法なんかに惑わされてたまるか。
Even as he said that, Kanon couldn't be cold-hearted towards something Shannon was pressing on him. In the end, Kanon agreed reluctantly to take it, saying that he'd proved that he wouldn't surrender to the witch's power. Shannon smiled and nodded back.
きっとカノン君は大切なことを学べるよ。きっと人間になれるから。
Ah! I didn't mean to do that! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! I am so sorry. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I'm just gonna read Shannon's line after slapping myself. Ah! I'm sure you can learn something important from it. And I'm sure you can become human.
そうすればきっとカノン君にもこの海が美しい青に見えるに違いない。
ネズミ色は何度見たってネズミ色さ。
違うよカノン君。そう見えるのは愛がないから。
Because of the howling wind, he hadn't been able to catch the critical part of what she just said. So Shannon said it once more. Single element of the world. She spoke once more of a world full of that element, where the sea was deep blue.
きっとカノン君にも真っ青な海が見えるよ。
Come on, don't let the way come in your way. Without love, it cannot be seen. Ha ha! Back to the mansion.
そこにいるのは誰か
He's out of his room, Thunberg Lily, and he's out of his hidey hole? What? He's out on a walk?
カノンです、親方様。
It was rare for Kinzo to leave the study. However, that in itself didn't mean his noble research had been suspended. He may have left the study for a change of mood, but the thoughts filling his head were no different from those he had inside the study. So Kanon knew that no matter what the time, speaking to Kinzo when he didn't want to be spoken to would always be a disturbance to his research.
天気が重いな崩れるのか
はい、天気予報ではいつ雨があってもおかしくないと。傘をお持ちいたしましょうか。
それには及ばん。しばらく私を放っておくがいい。息子たちに聞かれても所在は知らぬと言っておけ。私は自らの思考を巡る旅で忙しい。
かしこまりました。それでは失礼いたします。
During the time that Kanon bowed to him, Kinzo had already returned to his own world, and had forgotten that Kanon was there. And once again, he began rambling to himself. Amidst those words, the name of that witch was repeated many times.
ベアトリーチェ、お前の微笑みに手が届かぬ。どうすればよみがえるのか、どうすれば再び微笑んでくれるのか。何が足りぬ。研究か資料か触媒か。
It's because he, oh my god, it's because he doesn't have love.
それとも魔力か運気か。
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny, and at the same time, I don't like it because it totally might kill my theory. Damn you, love! You're ruining my theory. Though that, I can work with that. Actually, no, I can work with this. This might take me some time to think, but I can work with this. I can work with this new development.
ベアトリーチェ、どうすればお前の面影をもう一度見ることができるのだ。
As Kanon listened to his master's weeping voice over his shoulder, he turned around just once. When he did, right behind his isolated old master was the silhouette of a person that shouldn't have been there. It was the witch. At once, Kanon, thinking that the witch must be plotting to do Kinzo some harm, quickly ran back to Kinzo, trying to become a shield himself. But when he saw the expression on the witch's face, that emotion of his vanished. Because Beatrice's expression was one of sorrow, or maybe pity?
愚かな金蔵。わらわはここにいるというのに見えぬのか。
Right behind Kinzo, as he repeated the witch's name over and over, desiring to be reunited with her more than anything else, was the witch herself. And yet, Kinzo couldn't notice a thing. Even when Beatrice tried to rest her hand on his shoulder, he didn't notice a thing.
なぜだ。なぜベアトリーチェの微笑みに手が届かぬのか。月齢か。 彗星の周期か、惑星の配列か。何が足りぬのだ。何が
無駄よ、金蔵。愛がなければ見えない。
Kanon took the brooch he had received from Shannon out of his pocket. Could he learn something that would enable him to see what he currently could not?
愛がなければ見えない。
He looked at Kinzo's back once more. The witch was no longer there. Umineko no Nakukura ni, Wander the Witch in Reasoning. School Culture Festival. Oh. Okay. Door Summer. Alright. You know what? That was only a midpoint of a chapter, I think. Because there wasn't a glass break. So I'm continuing on. I'm continuing on for this episode. I'm not stopping until there's a glass break. The biggest event for the Ushiyamiya family in fall was the family conference in October. But for Jessica, there was another one before that. The school cultural festival. Jessica liked school. To her, it was a place where she could let out the stress she'd built up during the rigid lifestyle she was forced to lead at home. For the cultural festival today, she had formed a group with her friends, and would be performing casual pop rock on a temporary stage. Okay. And would be performing casual pop rock on a temporary stage. She had kept on preparing and practicing for that, and was really looking forward to today. But there was one thing that had been worrying her. She looked at the clock. There was still a little time, but she was uneasy. Would he really come? As she was about to breathe out a stress-relieving sigh, her heart jumped as all of her friends suddenly started speaking in shrill voices.
嘘！ひなの彼氏超イケてんじゃん！マジすごくない？マジすごくない？リンの彼氏すっごい頭良さそう。あれでド S メガネなの？マジ本当？ダメダメ。うちの旦那ギャル男だし。
It's not necessarily the case that all girls are like this. But at Jessica's school, at least, the cultural festival was really a boyfriend exhibition. Jessica didn't have a boyfriend. She had many friends of the opposite sex, but no special one. But Jessica was a little famous around the school, and everyone naturally expected that she had a fitting partner. Furthermore, her pride had caused her to act like that was the case. Through acting and dodging of questions, she had somehow managed to keep up the bluff until this year. But for various reasons, she hadn't been able to escape this year's cultural festival.
Jessie, 彼氏来た？
Oh, that's a school uniform. It's really weird seeing Jessica in a, non-Ushiyamiya family dress up. So, yeah, that's interesting.
いや、まだ来てねえみてえだぜ。仕事忙しいのかな？ジェシーの彼氏、どんな人なの？
I know that sound effect. I know that sound effect. How?
せめてヒントだけでも出してよ。何系？何系？すごいよね。社会人なんでしょ？スーツとかで来る？もちろんメガネかけてるよね。キャ
May I be of your service? Girl who likes classes.
ねえ、でも本当はいないんだよね。今素直に白状したら私の仲間に入れてあげるって。一緒にこの文化祭を涙で濡らそうよ。いや、いる、本当にいるって。
Yeah, trust me, guys. I have a date. Yeah, I have an SO, everyone. They just live across the world. Yeah, that's why they're not here right now. Jessica laughed awkwardly, covered with cold sweat. It was extremely doubtful whether she really had deceived her sharp-witted friends. Oh my god. Town Clouded Suburb. No fucking way. Is she bringing Kanon? She's fucking bringing Kanon to the cultural festival. No fucking way, she's bringing Kanon. She is bringing Kanon to her cultural festival. Oh my god.
なら、彼氏さんの偽物を立てて連れて行くというのはどうでしょうか。偽物？誰を？そんなのに心当たりねえぜ。
Shannon's ridiculous plan surprised Jessica widely. Even so, it was a little more realistic than the unrealistic method of running through her head. Even so, it was a little more realistic than the unrealistic method of running through her head of getting a boyfriend in a hurry before the day of the cultural festival.
例えばですが、カノン君なんてどうでしょう。カノン君？ダメ！というか、きっとカノン君文化祭の日は仕事に決まってるぜ。迷惑かけちゃ悪いしさ。もちろん予定表も確認済みです。カノン君はその日お休みになっています。
What if Kanon didn't have that day off, Shannon? What if Kanon did not have that day off? Why, hello everyone. My name is Goda.
こんな時ばっかり容量がいいのな。じゃなくて、休みならもっと悪いぜ。せっかくの休みを私の見栄のために引っ張り出せないよ。カノン君は引っ張り出されないといっつも閉じこもってばかりいますので、無理に引っ張り回すくらいでちょうどいいかと思いますよ。そうなの？いや、でもカノン君に悪いなら晩作つきますね。おとなしく彼氏はいませんと白状なされてはいかがでしょうか。それは肩身の狭い思いをなされるでしょうが、卒業までの短くも長い間を耐え忍ばれるだけでございますし。
Rikishi, you motherfucker. I love these characters. I love Shannon, Kanon, and Jessica. And you're making a story with them so that we can all enjoy. And then you're gonna kill them at the end of this game in next 6. I'm sorry. I should not yell at you, Rikishi. But you are a sadistic motherfucker.
愛し合う恋人同士にとって独り者のひがみ顔が何にも勝る甘い蜜なのです。シャノン、私のために本気で悩んでないでしょ。おちょくってるでしょ。
I want to see that line again. I want to see it. Oh my god! Oh my god! That is like one of the best lines from this game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn, from Shannon. That makes this line is twice as hilarious. That it came from Shannon. That's like the kind of shit you expect from Ava, or Rudolph, or even Battler. Not Shannon, oh my god. Jessica wrestled about with Shannon, her eyes teary. But Shannon was unconcerned, laughing with her usual smile.
はい。私とジョージ様のことを茶化してばかりのお嬢様への仕返しです。
At that comeback of Shannon's, the likes of which didn't happen even once a year, Jessica rolled around on her bed, hugging her cushion, writhing and suffering. Shannon's triumphant smile was unbearably frustrating, but right now, she was the only person Jessica could talk with. She could wait until later to suffocate her with a cushion. Wait for the family conference. Come on, Jessica, wait for the family conference.
いいじゃないですか、お嬢様。文化祭ではありますが、カノン君と一緒に遊びに行くチャンスですよ。
いや、それはそうだけど、いや。
Jessica buried her head in her favorite cushion to hide the fact that her face had grown bright red. Ha ha! Jessica, I remember what I was saying, at the beginning of this video. You're fulfilling all my expectations. Okay, that's good. Okay, that was creepy. The way I said that is creepy. It really was a reaction to be appreciated. Shannon and Jessica were about the same age, of the same sex, and they were also friends. And they were both right in the middle of puberty. They could never talk enough about things related to love. That's why they were able to be open with each other about these topics. So Jessica had heard in detail about how Shannon and George's love was progressing. And on the other side, Shannon had heard the details of what type Jessica liked, and what kind of man she might be interested in. Judging by Jessica's reactions, it would probably be crude to talk about that in detail. But we won't get anywhere with Jessica just rolling around on the bed forever, so, to be blunt, Jessica had been thinking about Kanon ever since he had first appeared. There were almost no young men on Rokenjima, so maybe it was natural that Jessica, as a girl in puberty, had become interested in Kanon. But if anyone said that, it would destroy the romance of a maiden's pure heart and of love at first sight. Shannon had been with Kanon the whole time at the Welfare Institute, so she had known him before they had started working. So Jessica had asked persistently about what kind of person he was, what his hobbies were, what his favorite foods were, what type of girl he liked. Even Shannon could clearly tell that Jessica was infatuated with Kanon.
もうカノン君をデートに連れ出せるいい機会じゃありませんか。
でもカノン君にだって好きな人とかいるかもしれないし、私なんかの見えっ張りに付き合わせたら気を悪くするぜ。
What if it's you who he likes?
お嬢様のような素直じゃない方を何でしたっけ、ジョージ様に習いました。そうツンドラとかいうそうです。
Oh my god! Oh my god. Let's read what a Sundora is. Sundora. Sundora is the word tundra, converted into the Japanese sound system. It is used as a pun and reference to the term tsundere, which is a well-known character personality trait in fictional Japanese works. Tsundere is composed of two words, sunsun and dere, meaning respectively aloof or cranky and love-struck. It is used to describe characters that demonstrate an aggressive and or cold behavior, sunsun, but then become all lovey-dovey, dere, under some circumstances. I was actually not thinking of Jessica. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's amazing. Thank you, Shannon, for using this term.
あと十数年かすると流行るんだそうですよ。
You know, this kind of reminds me of the time in Higurashi where Rikishi puts in a Cardcaptor Sakura reference. A few years before Cardcaptor Sakura actually, you know, was a manga. Yeah, this is kind of like what's going on, but at least they're aware that the term tsundere and tsundora is, you know, not as existent yet in the 1980s. Late 1980s. It's not that widely used as a term up until, I believe, like 1995-ish, when Eva came out? Maybe a little bit after Eva, but Asuka is like one of the classic examples of one of the first tsunderes, so... Yeah? Rikishi, you're doing it again.
さすがジョージ兄さんだな。未来のトレンドがわかるのかよ。すげえぜ。じゃなくて。ってことは、私ってタイプは時代がずれてるってことじゃねえかよ。
I was born in the wrong generation. Ultimately, Jessica wasted several days before finally agreeing to the plan of having Kanon pretend to be her boyfriend. Novelette.
はい、お嬢様。お呼びでしょうか。
Jessica realized that she had called him at a bad time, and immediately regretted it. Kanon always had a sour look, but even so, he had some good days and some bad days. Unfortunately, this reaction was the latter.
いや、そのさ、
All that confidence and effort she had amassed by practicing in front of a mirror all night was wiped out in about 5 seconds. Jessica turned bright red and hung her head. Watching her, Kanon sighed. You know, maybe that was not a word to describe Jessica, but to describe Kanon. Jessica thought he was getting fed up with her, and her face went pale.
シャノンから聞いています。お嬢様の学校の文化祭へお供するようにというお話ですか。
シャノンナイスじゃなくて。そうなんだけど、当日の予定はどうかな。
シャノンから当日は特にお嬢様にお仕えするよう厳命されております。僕は高校には行ったことがないので分かりませんが、何でも男性の付き人がいないと大変肩身が。本家令嬢が庶民に劣ることがあってはならないと特に厳命されておりますので。
No, this is not... Okay, that is actually a clever way of wording it, Shannon. You clever motherfucker. You tricked Kanon into believing something and to do it as a part of his work. That is actually really fucking clever, girl. You go, Shannon. Wait till the family conference! Damn it, Jessica! Jessica kept yelling with a strange voice, a broken smile, and steam pouring from her head as if she were a boiler. As Ken watched this, he sighed again. Kanon wasn't an idiot either. He fully understood what Jessica intended by inviting him. However, in truth, he found it nothing but bothersome to go along with the lady's game of love. But Shannon had spoken to him persistently about it. He was very indebted to her for many things. He couldn't refuse. And in his pocket was that brooch. Couldn't this strange turn of events also have been brought about by the magic power residing in this brooch? Ridiculous. But those words of Shannon's came to mind. What did Shannon see that I cannot? I don't understand Shannon's feelings. We are furniture. As if we could become something more like that. Jessica, still rambling in a strange voice, and Kanon, sighing deeply, were a truly odd combination. And back to the present.
ジェシー、人が来てるよ。
Door of Summer.
聞こえてないの？え？ごめん。誰？
As my friends all gathered together, they were looking this way with hard to describe expressions, whispering to each other in low voices that couldn't be called low. Even I felt kind of shameless. Did I just say sorry who? I don't know who's shown up. Ah, crap. My mind is blank.
嘘、あれジェシの彼氏？
No way. No way. That's what he's wearing? That's what he's wearing? Oh my god, that's like the most chaotic. That's like one of the most chaotic things to dress in. Okay, did the character list adjust? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They adjusted it to... No way. No way. They really just changed his character art just to show him in that outfit. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is fucking awesome. I love it. I love it. I forgot to sync up the camera. 1 second. I had to change batteries, so I had to resync the camera. I'm sorry, everyone.
本当に彼氏いたんだ。マジ嘘本当？ジェシカの裏切りだ。すっごい素敵じゃん。年下？年下なんて聞いてないよ。どこ？ジェシの彼氏ってどこ？ショタって本当？いや遅かったじゃねえかよ。
昇降口がわからなかったもので遅くなって申し訳ございません。いや
その格好も似合ってるぜ。
シャノンが普段着では良くないと言って先日一緒に買い物を似合いませんでしたでしょうか。
そんなことないよ。シャノン後で2階級特進。
So you're gonna kill her, but also promote her.
なんだかここは 女の人ばかりで居心地が悪いです。
だよな。さここじゃなくてステージの方に行こうぜ。もうすぐ私たちの出番だからさ。さ。
It seemed that Jessica was just as uncomfortable. It looked like she was finding it difficult to cope. It looked like she was finding it difficult to cope while bathed in everyone's interested gaze. When he saw Jessica's appearance, Kanon thought that he might have made things difficult for her by coming.
なんだか迷惑をおかけしているような気がします。お邪魔だったでしょうか。
そんなことないって。
僕がお邪魔でしたらいつでも言ってくだされば。
I like how they specified his use of Boku. That's why.
僕はどうしていればいいでしょうか、お
Run.
嬢様。
お嬢で呼ばせてるの？羊系来たこれ。ラメ今日はお嬢様はラメ。
そうですか。わかりました、ジェシカ様。
静かごめん、カノン君。3秒でいいから目つぶっててくれるかな。
ではつまります。
Was she attacking? Oh my god. Oh no, she was hitting her. Oh, she was hitting her friends. When Kanon opened his eyes, for some reason, there was a horrible tragedy in the room. Everyone had been driven to the walls, their arms and legs outstretched. Jessica put her brass knuckles in her pocket before Kanon opened his eyes.
とにかくステージの方に行こう。私たちの出番はもうすぐだからしばらく席で待っててよ。私たちは準備あるからさ。この先突き当たりまで行けば仮設舞台があるからわかるぜ。そこで待ってて。
Kanon seemed to be having a hard time adjusting. Pushing him in the back, Jessica sent him out into the corridor. Even though Kanon was confused by Jessica's attitude and show of agitation, which he had never seen before, he followed her instructions and headed in the direction she had indicated. After seeing him off with an awkward smile, Jessica slammed the door shut and yelled loudly.
ささ、見たね。見たでしょ？満足した？ざまあねえぜ。賭けに負けた。絶対ジェシに彼氏なんかいないと思ってたのに。彼氏じゃないんでしょ？使用人へのパワハラでしょ？ジェシの彼氏素敵だお。いやかましいぜ。ほらほら、準備準備。
Jessica took the brass knuckles out of her pocket again, and everyone energetically returned to their task. White Shadow. Kanon went down the corridor, as Jessica had told him to, and found a temporary stage set up where the vending machine should have been. It was probably being shared in time slots between the individual groups and clubs. A student group was singing, and the place was already fired up. During that ruckus, he found a dark wall to lean against, alone. So this is what they call high school. It sure is noisy, Kanon thought. Then he remembered Jessica just now, acting in a way that he'd never seen before. Honestly, she was in such high spirits that alcohol might have been involved. To him, the greatest virtue for a person was to always be composed and intellectual. In that sense, it was very hard for him to get used to the atmosphere in a school cultural festival. He had the responsibility of reporting everything he saw or heard to the master. So he would have to report about Jessica's unrestrained behavior earlier. At the very least, it was not fitting for a daughter of the Ushiyamiya main family. The master, Class-sama, and especially Nasui-sama, would probably be angry. If I were to report it in a way that protects Milady, should I blame it on inappropriate school friends?
なんだよあれ。バカみたいだ。
Fuck me, Dad. Kanon thought back on how Jessica had acted earlier, and sighed again. He could understand Nasuhi's headache a little now. Come to think of it, Nasui-sama, as the president of the PTA, should have gone straight to a social after attending the ceremony in the gymnasium. Hadn't she said that she wouldn't be there to see Milady's event? That was probably for the best.
人混みは気持ち悪いな。なんだってんだ一体。
Several female students kept glancing at me. It seemed they were all whispering the same sort of thing that Milady's school friends had said, and it was really unpleasant. Come to think of it, didn't Shannon warn me that if I was going to walk around a school festival on my own, I had better watch out because a lot of strange people would come and talk to me.
お一人ですか?
Just as expected, a group of girls I never met started talking to me. Their stares started to make my back tingle. Didn't she tell me some magic words that would chase them off in times like this?
すみません。連れがいますので。
そうですか。ごめんなさい。
Ah, it worked. Instant reaction. Well, that got them to go away, but it hasn't really changed the number of people staring at me.
違うよ、あの子だよ、ジェシーの彼氏。嘘？あの子が？信じらんないよね。絶対にエアだと思ってたよ。可愛いじゃん。年下？いいな。
No way I'm ever coming to a place like this again. Kanon sighed for about the 100th time that day. Bounce. As he did, the lighting changed, and the standing audience started cheering. Oh my god, wait! Is this gonna be... Jessica's gonna fucking sing a song. Oh my god, this is gonna be a song scene. Oh man. Looking around, I realized that there were suddenly a large number of people here. And like earlier, they were all guys. With this huge crowd, I couldn't even see the stage. Fortunately, there was a fallen beer case nearby, so I tried using that as a footstool. And I noticed that there was now a new group on the stage. The leader was Milady. She had changed into stage clothes, and was even holding a guitar. I didn't know she could play. No, maybe she could. I have seen her practicing air guitar before. Nasui-sama wouldn't approve of any hobbies outside of study. maybe she was always practicing in secret. Come to think of it, she's been returning really late from school recently, hasn't she? Maybe she's been practicing at school, far away from Nasui-sama's prying eyes. It really is for the best that Nasui-sama didn't come. If Milady were to get scolded by Nasui-sama after putting so many hours of practice in, she would probably be very dejected. I could hear Jessica-sama's forceful voice through the speakers. Jessie-sama? Maybe that's her nickname at school. The students in the audience kept calling out that name. I was a little aggravated by that inferior name, which was inappropriate for Milady. Jessica-sama was in great spirits as they kept calling her Jessie-sama. They were all probably her fans. With her mic performance, she was responding to that and firing the place up. It was almost like a song program on TV. At first, I had thought all of this was frivolous, but that feeling now changed into appreciation. This was pretty incredible in its own way. Kanon had never listened to music of his own free will, but he had often heard the kind of music that the people of the Ushiyamiya family liked. Since that was almost all classical music, Kanon had naturally started liking classical music too. So to Kanon, the songs Jessica and the others were singing were, how should you say it? Very modern. In any case, he thought that if Nasui-sama heard it, she would probably faint. Are we gonna hear a song? Sweet, sweet, sweets. Whoa! I'm turning it up a little bit. But everyone looked like they were... having a really good time. The diehard fans, who had even brought pen lights, sing along, dancing crazily with the exact same new movements, almost as though it had been planned ahead. On the stage, Jessica-sama also skated enthusiastically, dripping with sweat. He couldn't find a single element that was appropriate for a daughter of the Ushiyamiya family, but it looked like she was having a lot of fun. Oh? Aw, we're not gonna... Kanon! I wanted to hear it! Oh. I couldn't keep up with the atmosphere, but... Oh no, he's staying. Anyway, Milady was full of life and looked like she was having a great time. As I looked at Milady having a great time, I thought, isn't this what Ushiyamiya Jessica is really like? Don't I know better than anyone just how badly life on Rokujima kills your own sense of self? Then the time she spends, not as Milady, the successor of the Ushiyamiya family, but as a single girl called Jessica, living life to the fullest, must be very important to her. I worked close to Milady, saw her in all seasons, and I thought I knew everything about her. But that was only a single limited side of her, Milady of Rokujima. We are furniture. We serve on Rokujima, and end our lives on Rokujima. So, I had come to think that Rokujima itself was our whole world, as though, just like in the old geocentric theories, the ocean spilled off the end of the world into an abyss. But as I looked at Milady like this, I realized that this was a horribly narrow He is opening his eyes like Shannon had. but as I looked at Milady like this, I realized that this was a horribly narrow outlook. I still couldn't keep up with the excitement of the crowd, but I felt like I had seen something that cannot be seen on Rokenjima. Although I don't know if that was the unstable thing Shannon was talking about. I still can't see the ocean is blue. But he can see Jessica in a different light, can't he? He can look at Jessica differently, can't he? And we're back on Rokenjima. Day became night. Day became evening. Damn, I'm sorry. Moonlit night.
今日はジェシカの学校の文化祭だったな。校長先生はお元気でおられたかね。
ええ、お元気なようでした。そうそう、高宮議員もおいでになっておりました。あなたによろしくと特に言っておりましたよ。
相変わらずご多忙そうかね。
そのようでした。あの方も精力的な方です。そうそう、あと榎本会長もおいででしたっけ。
Naturally, the topic of Jessica's cultural festival came up at dinner. School events often became social gatherings for influential people. It was the same for the Ushiyamiya family, who were big names around this area. As Natsui remembered the names of the important people at the social, she updated the class on the news concerning them. Jessica didn't really have any interest in that discussion, and rudely slurped her pumpkin soup.
お嬢様、あまりお行儀がよろしくないかと。
へいへい、そりゃあ悪かったぜ。
ジェシカ、そういう言葉遣いは改めるよういつも言っていますよ。
Oops. This is a long chapter, I'm sorry everyone. Jessica answered. Wait, I didn't even play the line. I didn't even play the line that I was actually trying to share. Wait, no. There we go.
はい。
Jessica answered, discouraged. When he saw that, Klaus smiled a little and interrupted his conversation with Nasui.
ジェシカの方はどうだったかね、文化祭は。
見ていましたよ。よく頑張っていましたね。
Jessica's face turned bright red. She probably hadn't thought that Natsuki would actually come to see her on the stage. She felt a mix of happiness and embarrassment. Actually, she hadn't wanted her mother to watch because she didn't want to be told that her music was inappropriate for the Ushiyamiya family. But it wasn't as though it didn't make her happy to hear her parents say that she did a good job after watching her try her best.
ジェシカもなかなか落ち着きと貫禄が出てきましたね。生徒代表にふさわしい振る舞いでしたよ。
She didn't see it. She's going by Kanon's word. The smile that had been there a second ago crumbled like sand. Jessica immediately realized that she was talking about something different. Jessica was also the school's student president. She had no interest in something She had no interest in something so annoying, but her parents had been pushy, so she grudgingly accepted. Unfortunately, she was popular in school, so she had won the election easily. So Nasui was praising her for the ceremony organized by the student council at the beginning of the cultural festival. Actually, she had just carried that out half-heartedly. She had immediately met up with her friends, and had held a stage rehearsal for the rest of the time.
人の上に立ち責任を背負うという経験は必ず将来役に立つ。後ろ宮家の人間としてきっとジェシカを成熟させてくれるだろう。
ただ挨拶が少し早口でした。内容は及第点でしたが、早い口調はそれを薄れさせます。一呼吸置く癖をつけるといいでしょう。
That was probably a sign to me. Thanks, Nesui. I'm joking. I am talking too fast and not breathing, so yeah. Actually, what she said right there, even though it's not meant to be a good line at all, it was a good line to me to remind me how to read. Steady pace. After she finished eating, Jessica didn't feel like going straight to her room. You could say that her room was the place where her parents had specified for her to be. So maybe you could say that, for Jessica, choosing not to return to her own room, and instead disappearing into an unknown location in this large mansion, was a meager form of resistance. She's going to the painting. 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 Nah, she's not going to the painting. Jessica felt that even being in the mansion made it hard to breathe, so she went outside to the rose garden.
まあ、来たところでどうせ後ろ宮家の後継ぎとしてふさわしくないとかなんとか言うんだろうぜ。ならこれでいいんじゃねえかよ。
Jessica laughed at what she was looking over. Laughed at what kind of words she would have had to receive to be satisfied. Ridiculous. In the end, I'm just a spoiled little child. I can't believe myself. It's almost funny.
お嬢様。
Oh?
カノン君か。
Are you gonna say she did a good job?
驚かすなよ。
Kanon had suddenly started talking to her just as she had tried to force a laugh, so she choked.
何？なんかよ。
その。
Jessica's expression had become the one Kanon always saw. The listless Jessica from a second ago was gone. If he still only knew Jessica as the successor to the Shinomiya family, as he did until today, he would have mistakenly thought that Jessica's mood had sprung back to normal. But that was wrong. He now knew a part of her that he could not see until today. So he understood that there was no way that, on the inside, Jessica was just as she appeared.
今日は文化祭いや私の見栄に付き合ってくれてありがとうな。助かったぜ。
お歌お上手でした。
That's my boy Kanon!
そうかよ。照れるぜ。
Even though she had heard the words she had most wanted to hear, Jessica became shy and couldn't accept them frankly.
僕には歌は歌えません。楽器も小学校で習ったハーモニカとリコーダー笛しか知りません。
Harmonica? I only learned the recorder! Lucky bastard.
だからお嬢様も同じだろうと決めつけていました。
Kanon hadn't been consciously looking down on Jessica to that degree. But people playing unique instruments were always on the other side of the bronze tubes in the TV. He had got it into his head that it would be impossible for Jessica, at least.
僕は家具だから 歌を歌う必要も楽器を扱う必要もないと信じてきました。
But I'm not sure anymore.
カノン君、その家具だからって口癖、本当によそうぜ。使用人の心得ってやつだろ。使用人は生きた家具であれってやつ。源氏さんがよく口にしてるもんな。
心得というわけでは、本当に家具ですし。
The reverse Beauty and the Beast.
福音の家の子たちがいろいろじいさまから援助をもらってるってのは知ってるし、それに恩義を感じてるのも知ってるよ。でもだからって家具なんて言い方はあんまりだぜ。私たちは同じ人間じゃないかよ。カノン君は私が歌ってるのを見てどう思った？
とても楽しそうに見えました。
それは多分違うぜ。
え？
楽しそうに見えたんじゃなくて羨ましかったんじゃない？
Wait, hold on. Oh, that was just my imagination. I thought the lights were fading in and out in the background for some dumb reason. I mean, that would have been a cool detail, but no, that definitely is not what's going on. I've just been staring at a screen for too long. Even Kanon himself probably hadn't noticed that emotion. Kanon had seen something he had never seen before, never known of before, and had probably became jealous. And to trick himself about that emotion, he had called himself furniture over and over.
私は後ろ宮家の跡継ぎだかなんだかだそうで、まあそのいろいろな面倒がこれからもあると思う。それについては運のない星の下に生まれちまったと諦めるしかないさ。多分カノン君が福音の家で生活しなければならなかったのと同じに、私たち自身にはどうしようもない。生まれる星は選べなかった。
そうかもしれません。
ただ私とカノン君では大きく違うところが1点ある。わかる？
I am furniture, and you are not. He was about to say that, but stopped.
わかりません。
カノン君は自らの運命が自分の全てだと思って諦めた。私はこんな運命じゃ納得できないから自分の思い切りを頑張ろうと思った。だから後ろ宮家のお嬢様をやらなければならない窮屈な自分と、自分の好きなことに精一杯な自分というもう一人を作った。
もう一人の自分。
カノン君は自分のことを家具だからと言い聞かせてきた。そう言い聞かせなきゃならない辛いことがきっとたくさんあったんだと思う。それについては本当に気の毒だと思う。でもそれだけでカノン君の人生を全て決めちゃうなんて、私はそんなの悲しいと思うんだよ。人はさ、自分の中に自分が本当に好きになれるもう一人の自分をいつでも作り出すことができるんだよ。現実逃避とかとは違うぜ。そのもう一人の自分でいるとき、私は最高に生きているって実感できる。だから普段の日常がどんなに窮屈で退屈でも、私はきっと窒息せずに生きていけるってわけ。
自分の中に自分が本当に好きになれる自分を作る。
Cage to make another me, which isn't furniture. Through her relationship with George Sama, Has Shannon given birth to a part of herself that isn't furniture? And did this other Shannon see something that cannot be seen by furniture?
私さ、カノン君のプライベートって全然知らないぜ。でも、なんだか想像できる。カノン君のプライベートには多分何もない。図星でしょ？
Ken couldn't reply, but that was answer enough. He had no concept of a private life. So Ken would always be Canon. So furniture would always be furniture.
カノン君のカノンってさ、本名じゃないんでしょ？
The gospel house gave new students new families and a new life. So it also made a point of giving each of them a new name. In this case, was Canon.
確かに僕のこの名は仮のものかもしれません。
He had thought that he wasn't anyone other than Canon. But he remembered. There definitely had been a part of himself that wasn't Canon. But that was far, far away. Beyond the distant fog of oblivion.
なら、カノン君にもカノン君である時とそうでない時で違う自分がいてもいいはず。使用人である時のカノン君は自らを家具と呼び厳しく自己を戒めてるかもしれない。でもカノン君じゃない時の君はもっともっと自由に生きていいと思うんだ。
Those words definitely weren't just lip service. Jessica had also been like this in the past. She had cursed her own birth into an environment different from all of her friends at school. She had been the only one in a heavily constricted environment, forced to learn various things. And she had even received words about the friends she played with. Though she had been sad about that, she had given up, thinking that she had just been born under that kind of star. But one day, Jessica had stopped giving up and surrendering. Stuff like the Ushira Miya family customs and pressure, Stuff like the Ushira Miya family customs and pressure, those didn't matter. She created a real Jessica inside herself, who could do what she really wanted to do.
私さ、学校ではジェシってあだ名で呼ばれてる。だからさ、ジェシであるときは自分に思いっきり素直に生きてる。だからこそジェシカであるときも頑張れるんだ。カノン君にもカノンであるときとカノンじゃなくてその本名である時で違う生き方をしてもいいんじゃないかな。カノンじゃない時自分を好きになれる自分になってみてもいいんじゃないかな。
Best timing for the music to cut off right there. That was great timing.
僕がカノンじゃない時
He had thought that his real name didn't matter at all. So he had thought Kanon was all he was. And now, Jessica was saying that he should create a new existence, another self that wasn't Kanon.
カノン君、嫌じゃなきゃ教えてよ。本当の名前なんて言うの？
He was silent for quite some time. Maybe his real name had risen to the tip of his tongue. After hesitating for a long time over whether he should say it, in the end, he swallowed it back down.
忘れました。僕の名前などもうどうでもいいことです。
Those words signified a slight rejection.
僕が本当は 何という名前であったとしても、今ここにカノンとしてあることだけが現実です。過去など何の関係もない。作られた家具の材料が元は何という木の幹であったかなんてどうでもいいことと同じです。
だからよせって。家具じゃないんだぞ。君は人間だぜ。
僕は人間じゃない。
Ken clearly spoke his refusal. It was with a rage that he normally didn't show. Jessica couldn't say anything back, and was struck silent.
お嬢様は人間です。
Fortitude.
だからどんな生き方をしようとも自由で、どんな未来も可能性もある。それはまるで翼を持ち自在に空を舞う鳥のよう。でも僕にはそんなものはないんです。僕がたとえ鳥に見えたとしてもアヒルに過ぎない。アヒルに翼はあっても飛ぶことはできない。なのに空の夢を語るなんて、そんなのは残酷すぎる。
家具だのアヒルだの、なんだってんだよ一体。いや、
Jessica had unconsciously gone along with Kanon's forceful nature of speaking. Ah, my god, nature of speaking. Fuck! Hey. I did not mean to read it like that. And this is supposed to be a serious thing that I couldn't mess up. Jessica had unconsciously gone along with Kanon's forceful manner of speaking, but she realized that she shouldn't fire back, and swallowed her words.
私は君のことを何も知らない。生い立ちも知らないし、その苦労も知らない。だから君がどうして自分を家具だなんて言い出すようになったのか想像もつかない。でも知って、君は家具でもアヒルでもない。ちゃんとした人間だぜ。使用人としてのカノン君が家具だと言うならそれでもいいよ。でもならカノン君は家具でない時の人間の時の自分を作ってもいいとは思わない？
I forgot to turn off my phone, I'm sorry.
そんな可能性を抱けるのはお嬢様が人間だからです。僕はそうじゃない。僕には未来も可能性も見るべき夢もない。だからお嬢様、それ以上残酷なことを言わないでください。
なんでだよ。なんでそんなことを言うんだよ。
お嬢様が僕のことをご自分と同じ人間だと勘違いなされているようだからです。僕とお嬢様は違う存在。それをはっきり申し上げておきたかったのです。シャノンに聞きました。お嬢様は僕のことをお気に入りになられているとか。
いや
僕は人間に限りなく近い姿をしています。だからシャノンのように自分を人間だと錯覚して一時恋愛の真似事をすることもできるかもしれない。でもそれは自分を騙しているに違いない。いえ、お嬢様を騙すことにもなるのです。シャノンとジョージ様も必ず破綻する。その日が訪れることをシャノンだって理解しているだろうに。バカなことを。
バカなってことはないだろ。 そりゃジョージ兄さんは立派な人だし、両親の期待も背負ってる。確かに結婚とかになればエヴァおばさんがいろいろと口出しをしてくるだろうし、まあゼントは多難だと思うぜ。でもな、ジョージ兄さんはそんなのに屈する人じゃねえ。シャノンをジュリエットになんかしねえぜ。きっと幸せにしてくれる。
人は家具と恋などできない。お嬢様が家具を愛することができても、僕にお嬢様を愛することができないと、そう申し上げたいのです。
Those words of Kanon's crushed all of Jessica's bittersweet feelings from today. There was no way she could have anticipated the emotions of such a blunt rejection. In an instant, she lost the willpower that caused her to try and unravel something stubborn in Kanon's heart. And before she knew it, she was just standing there in shock.
お嬢様が僕を好かれているという気持ちが、僕の思い上がりによるものなら、どうかお許しください。
いや、まあそこは否定しねえぜ。
ありがとうございます。僕を人間だと思ってくれてありがとうございます。そのお気持ちだけで僕は本当に嬉しいです。そしてそれ以上は僕には残酷すぎるから。
いや、もう十分だぜ。悪かったな。
Jessica scratched at her head as she spoke, and tried to force her voice to sound bright.
私一人がいろいろ先走っちゃって迷惑かけたよ。正直ごめん。貴重な休みを丸一日振り回しちゃって本当にごめん。
いえ、僕も楽しそうなお嬢様が見られて嬉しかったです。
じゃあ今夜はこれで終わりにしようぜ。私も部屋に戻って消灯しないとまた母さんに怒られちまうよ。
そうされた方がよろしいでしょう。おやすみなさいませ、お嬢様。
おやすみ。
Jessica turned her back to him, and slowly trotted away, looking disheartened. But suddenly, she started dashing pell-mell, and disappeared in the direction of the mansion. As he watched her go, for just an instant, Kanon was tormented by the feeling that he had just made a huge mistake. But no, he thought, this had not been a mistake at all. It was for her sake that he'd been forced to refuse her now, while her pain was still at its smallest.
女を泣かせるとはなかなかやるではないか。
Oh my god, Beatrice!
お前がそこまで拒絶するとは意外であった。普通に受け答えしていれば、わらわの魔法で二組目の恋人たちが生まれていたものを。
Holy shit! Wow, okay. Wow.
いつからそこに。最低なやつだな。
When he turned around, the witch was suddenly there. It looked like she had been there the whole time, enjoying the performance as if it were a play.
わらわへの暴言は愉快なる見せ物に免じて特別に許す。 男と女のこじれ合いに勝る見せ物は千年を経ても存在せぬな。わらわにとっては何よりも甘美な止められぬ快楽よ。
Kanon pulled that butterfly brooch out of his pocket. It was the crystallization of the great magic that the witch had bestowed. Without hesitation, Kanon flung it hard onto the ground and stomped on it. Dude, that's a fuck up. If that's not a fuck up, I don't know what is.
ほう。わらわの与えたものと知りつつ、それは何を意味するのか。
今理解した。お前がしているのは恋のキューピッドなんて洒落たものじゃない。お前は結ばれぬ者たちに恋を見せてたぶらかして楽しんでいるだけの悪魔だ。
そう思うも自由よ。わらわが力を貸した人間の多くはお前と同じようなことを口にする。
ほうけるな。お前はシャノンを憐れんで力を貸したんじゃない。恋に胸を焦がすシャノンの心の隙をついて自分を封じていた鏡を割らせた。しかもそれだけじゃない。その末路まで想像がついていてもてあそんでいる。違うか。
I knew something was up.
家具とはつくづく哀れな存在よ。夢も未来も恋すらもないか。よいよい、身の程はわきまえるに限るぞ。ジェシカの心にはお前が察する通り淡い恋心があった。そなたはそれにハサミを入れ刈り取ったつもりでいる。だが木は勝手に茂らせたものより枝を間引き剪定したものの方が太い枝をつけるというぞ。家具に恋する娘か。面白いぞ、実に面白い。
I did skip a little bit of Beatrice's line, so that warrants a slap. I'm sorry, everyone.
シャノンとジョージもやがては結ばれ得ぬ恋に行き詰まり、わらわ好みの大きな果実を実らせるだろう。しかしいかんせんあの二人はうまくいきすぎていて面白くなくてな。そこへ行くとお前たちは大いにわらわを楽しませてくれそうだぞ。
The witch laughed. Even though she had known that the two could not be joined, she had lent magic to join them together. However, they could escape the fate that made it impossible for them to be joined. The witch knew that. Even if they were joined, the relationships of Shannon and George, Kanon and Jessica, would fail for certain. And as they wandered through the eternal desert in the hell of love, they would be tormented by eternal thirst.
わらわがその力を対価なく貸すことがあるとでも？恋に手は貸そう。その対価はやがて必ず訪れる二人への過酷な運命の鑑賞料としていただくわけよ。
Oh my god, Beatrice.
これに勝る見せ物は1000年経っても存在せん。金蔵を見るがいい。恋の味を知り楽園を追放された哀れな老いぼれの末路を、死んでも死にきれぬさながら亡者のような生き様を見るがいい。
Oh my god! Now liking her as a villain now, because this is really interesting. This is really interesting. Oh, crap. Have I actually been recording for 3 hours? Okay, after this scene, I'm ending this video, even if it's not the end of this, chapter, because, I've been recording for 3 fucking hours.
やはりお前は魔女だ。消えて失せろ、この悪魔め。
頼まれずとも消えよう。まだまだわらわには力が戻らぬでな。姿を現し続けるのはまだまだ疲れることよ。そなたら恋人たちに力を授けるのに無理をしすぎたのでな。触媒のブローチなしで力を維持し続けるのは今のわらわには容易ではない。
Kanon ground his foot even more into the stomp brooch. He felt a break under his foot. Then, it dissolved as if into water, and changed into butterflies that sparkled gold, which floated away from beneath Kanon's foot.
わらわもこの姿を保ち続けるのがちと苦しい。しばしそなたの願い通り姿を消そう。満ちぬ潮も月もないように我が魔力も必ず満ちる。そして必ずや訪れよう。わらわがよみがえるにふさわしい時が。それが明日のことか来年のことか、さもなくば100年1000年未来のことかは想像もつかぬ。だがわらわを楽しませてくれる者たちがおる限り、わらわは必ずや力を得てよみがえるであろう。その時までしばし姿を消す。そなたの手のひらにもはやあざはなく、そなたが望むならば明日の朝にはわらわの存在など夢か幻のように消し去ることもできよう。忘れ去られることほどわらわに悲しいことはない。だがわらわは必ずよみがえる。そしてその日がいつ訪れても後悔することのないよう自らを戒めよ。わらわは必ずや再臨し、この島の真の主として全てを支配する。その時こそ再び黄金鏡の扉が開かれる。欲深な亡者たちが必ずやわらわを呼び覚ます。
くどい、早く消え去れ黄金の魔女。
Bye! Leaving behind a mocking laugh, the witch turned into a flight of gold butterflies and scattered away. The whole area sparkled like a gold blizzard, not buzzard. Like a gold blizzard in a snow globe. It was a fleeting, fantastical sight that disappeared in a heartbeat. The witch could no longer be seen. However, Kanon felt like he could still hear that shrill, unpleasant laugh.
Ah, 愉快愉快。
Scorpion God! Beatrice!
なぜに久しぶりの人の世はこうも愉快なのか。恋に惑え、黄金に惑え。そのどちらにも惑わぬものなど人間にあらず。なるほど。故に家具とは言えたり。家具は人間に奉仕するために生み出される。そしてわらわは退屈なる1000年の慰み者として人間を虐げる。そのわらわが家具を支配できぬとは、なんと とも愉快な三すくみ。金蔵め、実に面白いことをしてくれる。家具め、わらわを撃てるか試みてみるがいい。今宵まきたる恋の種は2つ。すでにまきたる種と含めてこれで3つ。
ベアトリーチェ、なぜ私を一人この苦界に置き去りにしたのか。私は憎い。これほどまでに恋焦がれているのに答えようとせぬお前を永遠に憎む。
親方様、それ以上のお酒はお体に障ります。南條先生からもご注意を受けておられるのでは。
黙れ源氏。お前には分からぬ。我が嘆きも苦しみも分からぬ。お前だけは我が苦しみを理解してくれていると、お前だけは我が最古の友人であると信じているのに、なぜに理解できないというのか。おー、ベアトリーチェ、なぜ私だけを置き去りに。
なんだよ、家具って。わけわかんねえよ。
おいたわしやジェシカ様。寝室から聞こえてくるすすり泣く声に私は事情を知りつつもどうしようもないのでございます。すべては若すぎた二人と近すぎた距離、そして生まれた家柄が遠すぎたゆえの悲劇。私はただただお嬢様のお気持ちを汲み取り、足音を殺して静かに立ち去るのみなのでございます。
That was awesome. That was awesome. I love that. I really enjoyed that. Alright, I'm gonna have to end everything here.
それって。
I'm gonna have to end everything right here. Because I've been recording for 3 hours. I feel like, I feel like what I thought was a midpoint for a chapter was actually the end of a chapter. So I continued on recording without realizing that the chapter event actually ended, and I started playing the other chapter. But I'm gonna say this now. I'm really liking this game. I'm really liking Umineko, and as you can easily tell, I've been playing a lot more Umineko of all the other games I'm playing on this channel, because right now, I'm really into this game. This is an awesome game. I am going to be losing my voice any second now. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching this video. I may be doing longer episodes in the future, longer than this one, but I feel like this is a good spot to end here, right now. So thank you everybody for watching this video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time. Mickey!
Okay.